Hi everyone, it is Kristen with Generation Acres Farm. We have some exciting things happening on the farm and I wanted to share a bit about it with you. So we've done videos in the past and you've probably seen in our chore videos and things like that that we have Katahdin sheep on our farm. That is our sheep of choice here. We love that they shed their coats naturally on their own and they don't have to be sheared. They are also known as a fairly hardy breed and they do well in our warmer climate here. But the fact that they do not need to be sheared was a huge factor in us choosing this breed. So the reason that we have these sheep is for meat. So we are going to be butchering them for meat, some of them. So this little brown and white one here, he is a wether, which basically just means a castrated male sheep. And so he should be ready for harvest in a few months. So that will be our first time doing that and very new to us, raising an animal and then processing him for meat. So we're gonna see how all of that goes, but we do know that we love lamb, and so we are looking forward to that and being able to fill our freezers with delicious and healthy meat that we grew here on our farm for the very first time. So that's very exciting. Our little black and white lamb here, she is a female, so she will be bred. We got her when she was young and she'll be bred this coming year to hopefully give us lambs in the winter or early spring of 2024. And then we have the big mama sheep back there who is due to lamb any time now. So symptoms today include her udder is looking quite large still, and she seems to be holding her tail out a little further. I feel like yesterday I couldn't really see under her tail. It was just flat, more like this one. And now it seems like she's holding it out a little bit more often. And you can kind of see back there. So I think that might be an indication that we're getting closer. We'll see. We'll watch her closely today. We have them set up very close to our house so we can watch. We'll probably actually rotate them because there is some green grass coming up here and they're just munching it right down. So we'll probably move them maybe next to the garden over there or back there where all the other green grass is. We'll see. I am pretty inexperienced as this is our first time. She looks very wide. I've been watching YouTube videos and things of what to look for, signs and things of lambing, which is what it's called when they give birth to their lambs. And she looks a lot wider than a lot of the lambs or a lot of the sheep that I am seeing on YouTube and things. So maybe that's just her. That's just the way that she is, the way that she carries, whatever, who knows. But whatever the case, we're super excited. We're keeping a very close eye on her and we're excited for lamb. So we'll be sharing that with you when whether that be the process of her giving birth or if we don't catch it, like she goes in the middle of the night or something, then we'll be sharing the little, hopefully hoping and praying for healthy little lambs. I know anything can happen with livestock. People say where there's livestock, there's dead stock, which is something that's been difficult to get used to. We've had our fair share of dealing with death over the last year or so, and we're just really hopeful that these little lambs are healthy. We've been doing everything that we can to keep them healthy, so we're really just hoping and praying for that. We've been making sure that she has access to mineral. So I have a sheep mineral that I get from Premier One that I mix with salt, and then also kelp. We're keeping kelp in there. I just give them a little scoop every day and make sure that they have access to it. If they run out, I'll give them a little bit more. Some of our sheep mentors have told us that mineral is really huge for sheep while they're growing babies, while they're growing lambs. So that's what we've been trying to do. So we're really, like I said, hoping and praying that they're healthy. We're really thinking it's gonna happen any day now, which is very, very exciting. We can't wait. The sheep shaw plans do have a space to put a mineral feeder in here, but we used it for a while, but we're having trouble with it getting damp. And so we could have put like a flap or something over it, but I find it's just a little easier just to give them a little bit each day. That way I know it's not getting wasted, because it's not cheap. Nothing's cheap these days, so I just give them a little bit, and they love it. We also like to let them free range a little bit. It's kind of fun to watch them hopping around, and we have a bit of a cover crop, naturally occurring cover crop happening in our gardens right now, and they are mowing it down for us. They love the fresh green grass that's growing there, so it's a win-win. They're trimming it a bit, and then I'll get in there and dig out the roots and get these beds ready for spring. As far as our gardens this year, we're starting to look towards that and what all that's gonna look like. We are, of course, we have this potager that we put in last year that we absolutely loved for growing things like flowers and herbs and a little bit of food as well. So we exclusively used this for everything last year. Tomatoes, lettuces, cucumbers, snap peas, strawberries, peppers, like everything last year. But we got into our house a little bit late, not until March, so we didn't have a very big, you know, a ton of time to grow a lot of vegetables and things last year. But this year we are planning, of course, to keep this potager just the same, and then we're also gonna have a big, like more like a market garden with just like big rows, like strictly for production. I'm hoping to grow a ton of tomatoes for canning and fresh eating, of course, too. Potatoes, I'd love to get a bunch of potatoes. We use potatoes all the time for cooking, and then onions. Those are like 3 really big ones that I'd love to grow a lot of this year. And then other things too, like cucumbers and snap peas and peppers. We love peppers. So I'm trying to learn how to grow larger amounts so we have enough to preserve. I started canning last summer, and so I'm trying to grow lots so I'll have extra to can, not just for fresh eating. So that's the plan this year for the 2023 gardens. We'll talk more about it. We have to put in the market garden, so we'll share all of that. We need to get some compost to refresh these beds here, and so anyway, we'll share more about that when we do it.